What's going on, y'all? Yeah, I'm in my car right now. Got on my contacts. During the week, I wear contacts to go to work and stuff. Fortunately, I don't have no more clear ones. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I'm just speaking about this injustice stuff. So people can get it clear. I understand from every point of view. I really do, and a lot of it isn't right, but I get it. I understand. I really do. And man, what we don't want to do is what may happen is the cops that aren't racist might become traumatized, like how we're traumatized. And then where do we go from there? So I love what the police officers are doing, speaking up about this matter that's going on right now. I love that they're speaking out because it seemed like nothing like they wasn't really speaking out before, and now it seems like it. As far as that's what it looks like on social media, we see it, and it feel like okay, you got our back. And another thing, for the people that says all lives matter, I want you to understand this. When people say Black Lives Matter, they're not saying white lives don't matter, Hispanic lives don't matter. They're not saying that at all. It's the same thing as when they was fighting for civil rights. Just treat us equally. Just treat us civil. And so all Black Lives Matter is Black Lives Matter too. And for the people that says, well, what about the black on black violence? Let me tell you how that shouldn't be in this conversation. That's another topic. You know why? Because every race, crime against their race. We're just America. We're a melting pot, okay? If you go to overseas, Saudi Arabia or something like that, they're killing their own people. What are they saying? They're not saying, I don't know, Muslim on Muslim crime, however you call it, I don't know. It's just crime. You commit crime in the environment that you're in. If I live in a predominantly black neighborhood and my mind ain't right and I want to steal, who am I stealing from? I'm stealing from my own community. I'm not going, especially if I don't got no car, no vehicle, I'm not going to go catch no bus. I ain't going to go catch no bus to go rob nobody. I ain't going to go catch no bus to go hit no lick and carry all that stuff back. No. And if I had a car, I'm not driving to another city to go hit no lick. Like, no, you commit crime in the environment that you're in. Like white people do it in the white neighborhoods. Mexicans do it. Every form of race do it. Wherever you're at, whatever neighborhood you live in, whatever community that you live in, that's the community that you're violent against. And if it so happen to be black people, it's black people. It's not black on black violence. Yes, it is, but it's everywhere. Stop putting that narrative out there. Like white people don't be killing each other too where they live. There's crime everywhere. Look on Snap. What we see on Snap, white people be snapping, all right? For the most part, when you watch Snap, white people out there snapping. Like, they going hard for this murder. So, this is where I want y'all to understand. Y'all got to stop. Man, it almost could make you sound racist by bringing these things up. You know what I mean? As a white person. Coming from a black person, a black Christian at that, it could make you seem racist. So, and I don't agree with the riots and stuff like that either, which I understand. I don't agree with the riots. I do understand, because when stuff is taken from you for so long, and for my white friends, or my white audience, subscribers, or whoever's listening to this that's other race, know that there's things, even as a Christian, a black Christian. So y'all know, just as being a Christian in general is hard, man. The persecution is real, and then just to get judged on your skin tone, and to there's things that we go through that y'all don't know, that we don't speak on because y'all not. It seems like y'all not ready for that conversation because stuff get twisted. When Kaepernick kneeled, it was a problem. Every time when I'm saying we because I'm black too. Whenever we try to do something peaceful, is spoke against. Like it's not right. It's you're doing too much. It's unwanted. It's disrespectful. So it's like, what do you do? So that's what I'm saying. I understand why they're rioting. Which, like I said, I don't agree with a lot of stuff that's going on from every perspective. I don't agree with a lot of perspectives out there. But listen to me this. For my black community, my Christ community, God community, whatever, just people community that's even supporting all this. Listen to this. If you destroy your own community where you shop from, you shop from these places. Now what? Now when all this stuff is over, what do you do? What do you do if you're destroying the same exact places that you shop from, that you get your needs from, your clothes or your food? Like, what do you do next? You're doing it in your own community. I don't agree with that. I'm not saying you go to another community and do it, but just be mindful that not just you got black businesses, you got other race of businesses, that owns these properties too. And even if white, what I mean, it's like we still shop there. What I mean, we shop in our community. Tearing our community down is not going to do nothing. But I understand, so I'm not being dismissive of what y'all doing. I don't agree, but I'm saying I get it. But it's so much to talk about. So I'm going to share something with you, right? Last week, I was shooting a music video, right? It's 4 of us all together. Got to this location at 5 o'clock. We got done. Oh, matter of fact, by the time I pulled out my phone to record what I recorded, I haven't posted it, but it's on my phone. It was 7 o'clock. And there was this white couple that kept driving around, the block every like 10, 15 minutes. And before it was even noticed, we don't know how many times that they actually drove before we actually start counting. And so we wasn't ignorant about it, of course, what I mean. But if we were, I ain't even gonna get going down that lane. But if we was to just act like how we probably would want to act, well, then we would have been out there, right? But we know what was going on. I'm a Christian black man. I know what's going on. I feel it. Now and then, later on, this we see, and across the block, the other block, there's a photo shoot going on. It's a black. Yeah. All these people it's black. It's about 3 of them, and they got like their whole setup, shebang, the lights, backdrop, whatever, having a photo shoot, and they driving down the block that we filming on, and they driving on the block that they're shooting on, and so they just keep doing this, and then so the second to last time when I picked out my phone. Or probably the last time I looked, and here go the lady holding the phone in her hand like sideways, like they're recording us. And so like that's the passive racism is real. I don't know. To my white brethren out there, my brothers, my sisters, that's of other races that maybe don't understand the dynamic. What black people just go through just from your skin color. I don't know if you ever felt like when sometimes I feel like someone could be like really racist. If I say hi to a white person and they'll look at me like I'm dead, like I don't even exist, like don't even acknowledge me. No, gesture, no head gesture, none of that little smiley. None of that. Like there's times where I don't even get nothing. And I think I'm a pretty nice guy. I'm not who I used to be. Even back in the day, I wasn't out there, stupid and crazy and stuff like that. I still spoke. You know what I mean? I was still me. Still had the same personality. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I got dreads, I got facial hair, I'm big. I don't know. But I feel that a lot, and I've never stopped feeling it. It's just something I don't talk about because you know what? I got used to it. I got used to it. But in the moment when these things happen, I'm mad in that moment. Because you made me feel like a piece of crap. Like, you didn't even acknowledge me. Like, I looked you in your face and said hi. Not even a gesture. And that's how it feels sometimes, man. There's so much stuff to address. There's so much stuff. Stuff just been getting swept under the rug. So please, y'all, like, understand, from our white or other race, it's not, man, it's so much deeper than this. And yes, we need Christ. It's a sin issue for all the people that's, because it is a sin issue. It's a sin issue. And all through the Bible, we know that Christ himself was persecuted. So just his quote-unquote religion alone didn't save him. The religions what gave him persecution. So just imagine you were to get persecuted for what you believe. You can hide what you believe. You can't, but you get persecuted for your skin color. You can't hide who you are. You cannot hide your complexion. Like, so when some people, this is a whole nother topic. When some gay folks say that it's like being black or whatever. It's not. It's a difference. And I understand, and I'm not saying the way how people treat them because it's wrong. Because there's still people at the end of the day, and God still loves them too. For a fact, God loves gay people also. Sin is sin. All right. But for the ones that feel that way, like, it's really not, because you getting persecuted enough, you could pretend to be straight and to go on about your business, but you black. Now, say a gay person, they already go through the persecution of being gay, right? Now, just imagine they're black, so they could turn off their gayness to pretend to get by, but they can't, because now they can't get by the tone of their skin. Now it went from them being judged from what they are to what you look like, your skin. So it's so much, man. It's so much. So, and for the holy rollers, I guess, so the religious folks that's going that didn't like what I just said just then when I said something about the gay thing, you know what I mean? Just understand this. If for the ones that agrees with the persecution of gay people, imagine you getting persecuted because you stole something, or you lied, or I don't know, you cheated, you committed adultery, and you getting persecuted like crazy. But it's the same thing. Sin is sin. So stop picking and choosing which one is on a higher pedestal, because at the end of the day, you ain't right either. You could just see theirs. You can't see yours. That's a whole nother topic. So, just there's a lot of social injustices going on, like I was saying, the point I was making, all throughout the Bible, all throughout history, and even history in the Bible also, for what you look like is why you had went through what you went through. So after Christ, slavery, it was still slavery. There was Christians, believed in God, slaved their whole life, don't know what freedom looked like. Born into slavery, died in slavery. Full blown out Christians. Saying that they need Christ ain't changing nothing if they don't accept Christ or accept God. Like, you know what I mean? They don't accept. So that don't change punishment. All it is, you're free. Your soul is free. Your spirit becomes free. You put your soul under submission. Your spirit, man, becomes alive. You're born again. But you can go through hell on earth, but once you take your last breath, you're descended. You be with the Father. That's what Christ does. He ain't just out here like, if that's the case, he wouldn't have used Moses. He wouldn't have used these people to say, man, come on, I want to get, man, but it's scriptures, man, like, and just know, even with really reading scriptures, the same thing that's going on today happened back then. The Samaritan woman, Jews didn't treat them like, or whatever. They ain't treat them like a Samaritan. Like, oh man, y'all can't mess with us. Even I forget the parable. But anyways, with the Samaritan, and they just walked past the Samaritan, and Jesus was like, man, what's up, man? Like, you gonna help your dude? Man, you gonna help, buddy? You know what I mean? So that's all that it is. Like, that was different. He got judged because of who he was. The Samaritan woman. When Christ was like, he can give her, living water. The fact that he was dialoguing with her, her response, it's like, do you know who I am? Let's use it in modern terms. Like, I'm black. What you talking? I mean, I'm white. What you doing talking to me? Like, we ain't supposed to, like. So that's all what it is. All right? It always been an issue. It always been an issue. And if God didn't, for us to say we don't see color, it's a lie. It's a complete lie, because God himself specifically made it this way. Literally made it this way. And even to go as far as letting us know the lineage of people. For real, it is so much detailed in people in the Bible that people don't read because it's too long. It's too much and hard to pronounce. All right? It's detailed in there. Like, oh my gosh, there's so much scripture. It's so much scripture. Detailed of who we are. Because God loves us. He created us just like him. So it's important to him. Your detail, your color, who you are is important to him. It's so crazy that it's not important to us, because we skip over it when it's time for us to read it, because it be too much. It's too much details. It's too much details. And maybe for the ones that say they don't see color, maybe don't read those, because I know I don't like reading them. And when I get there, I just start. Oh my God, I do not know how to say all this stuff. And so I be trying sometimes, but it just, man, I can't stay on that path. But that's all what it is. All right. So let's be mindful of what people actually go through. Okay, because when somebody says, okay, when women was fighting for their rights, it wasn't saying that men's rights don't matter. They wasn't fighting against men's rights at all. Maybe the only rights they was fighting against is for taking away the rights for them to not give them theirs. What's other stuff? Memorial Day. Memorial Day isn't a celebration of the fallen soldiers who died in battle. Memorial Day is not expressing a war and hatred against people that's alive, that was alive, that made it out alive in battle. No. So like what, like, and what I don't understand, why can't black people celebrate black people? It's an issue when black people celebrate black people. I don't know why. I don't get it. It's unfair because we celebrate Cinco de Mayo. We celebrate all these other all these other cultures with them. You know what I mean? Like, we like it too. We like it too. Like, we with it. But when we try, why does it turn to a race war? Like, no, we're just trying to celebrate. We're just trying to do what's already been out here doing. Like, why do you got to pick apart what we do? Why? I don't get it. I don't get it. Bro, I remember celebrating, or not even celebrating, yeah, I loved it. The Chinese, the dragons and stuff like that, when the parades and stuff go, man, go ahead, man. That's your culture. Do you? We got these days, what do Mexicans with the quinceañera and stuff like that? Like, that's a cultural thing. When they do that, they're not saying that, no, y'all don't matter. That's just something that they do in their culture. That's it. That is all. It's just for their culture. That's like someone coming over here to me, or someone in going to another country. I'm like, oh no, the way how you play your drums, no, man, this is how it's done. Like, no, that's their culture, that's their sound, that's what they do. Just because they play the instrument a certain way, dang it. Hold on, I don't know why they started playing. I want to get flagged. I didn't want to get flagged. Even though, I hope I ain't get flagged. I had bought that beat, so. Yeah, that's all that it's saying. It's not saying nothing else. It's not saying nothing else. So please, please, please understand. Let us be. God, my goodness, let us be. Just because we do black things does not mean we're saying F you. When Chinese people do their thing, we don't feel like they saying F us. When Mexicans do their thing, I don't feel like Mexicans are saying F us. Like, golly. Why? I don't get it. Why? And you know what? You celebrate birthdays. I don't see that in the Bible. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm wrong. But where is it? We celebrate that. It ain't in scripture, as far as I know. I could be wrong. I don't know. So, as far as, Christ, but anyways, please be mindful of the things that you say ignorantly, because you could sound racist. For the black people, you could sound like a coon. So, for other people, you could sound racist too. So, let's just be free. What Martin Luther King did was beautiful. At the end of his time, he got frustrated. But just do know, if nothing else comes from this, that we stick together and we make it last. So, for the artists, that please, man, hold these artists accountable, please. If this video goes somewhere, hold the artists accountable. If you're gonna be on this pedestal right now fighting for this, don't not go back to your old music and talk about that gun talk, please. Because we're gonna be like hypocrites, and we're just gonna be living in our own hypocrisy. And I'm tired of seeing this year after year after year, And that's not no shot at black folks either, man. I just want us to do better. And this ain't no shot for white folks, no other colored folks, but I just want to live, and maybe it won't get better. Maybe it will still, because I know I still go through racism. I still feel it. I still go through it. I see it. It's done to me. So there's times where someone call me a nigga and pull it off. Oh man, this is me as a young man too. Like probably was like 21. I'm walking somewhere. These white people called me a nigga. They was at the light. And I was walking close to them. In my head, I'm like, I'm not gonna chase. I ain't gonna chase after you. I'm just gonna continue to pretend. I'm just gonna continue to walk. And if I catch you while you still at that light, that's what was in my head. So I didn't want them to speed off if I start running. But I wanted to catch them in my normal pace so they could think that I didn't hear them. But then they pulled off and the light turned green. God, getting close. But I still experience racism. Outside of the hate, I experience hate, the form of sin. I experience hate on the Christian side of it and on the black side of it. It's forms of hate and they don't feel good. Just like how it's forms of love. There's brotherly love, there's agape love. Like there's different forms of love. There's different forms of hate. And none of them feel good and they all feel different. So please, if you do not get nothing from this, know that hate, of course, is a sin, but it's levels to hate. Just like how it's levels to love. It's different ways to love. We know those ways. We know one is agape, one is brotherly love, and I'm just going to keep it right there because I forgot that one. But there's levels to hate. Understand. Don't just speak. Know that these things are in the Bible. There's stories. There's things that we just don't look at because we read them because it's too much. Like I was saying with the lineage and stuff like that, and the cultures and the tribes, and it's just so much. A lot of people don't read over it. They just look over it. So yeah, understand this, man. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. And let's protest right. I'm not saying that y'all protesting wrong out, even though I don't agree with it. That's not what I'm saying. But let's find a better way and a better solution. Because we don't want the good cops to have trauma like how we have trauma. We don't want to turn the ones that's really out here for us against us. Just like how there's people out here, we're going hard on the black, on the white, or the cops, because of trauma. And we don't want that. We don't want to instill that same trauma in the innocent, because then we'll get nowhere. But cops, I do encourage y'all to keep doing what y'all doing, speaking out. Please keep your brethren in blue accountable when they're doing wrong. Check them, just like how we do, or anybody would do, for people that they love. So please check them so they're doing their job right and properly. Because we want your job to be safe, where we could intertwine and lock with each other so we don't have to be so fearful. I don't want to be afraid when I see sirens, automatically I'm afraid. And that's probably with everybody, but with black folks, we take it to another level. Like, man, this could be it. This could be it. So let's do it a lot better at our community, please. Let's treat our officers right, because there's a lot of officers out there that's speaking out. So let's give them this, okay? Let's give them this moment. Please. Call for medic.